think about it, 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 think about it.
What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, bringing you another gold nugget that you could either pick it up or you could kick it aside. So, Dave Chappelle, is on so-called the hot water because of the fact that he offended, I guess, the trans community of how he made mention of a few things about them in his so-called debut comedy show, to where they want to call for his cancellation with Netflix. Now, Dave Chappelle's response basically was that, it must be something mighty funny because it is what it is. And, the man is very brilliant in showing that he is not afraid of the community coming at him and wanting him to basically what they always do is apologize. Now, I'm willing to bet Dave Chappelle doesn't apologize, because I think that Dave Chappelle is smart enough now at his age of 48 that he's built himself. He's just continuing to make money, but we just don't know. Because sometimes when they come at you and they want to go ahead and destroy you, people have fallen and have succumbed to their demands to where now they run back and they apologize. But let's check it out, because my homeboy Dave Chappelle, who's living in Ohio, not too far from where I am, he's a very smart young man. I call him young man. I got 7 years on him and all. But I think he's playing chess. And I want to see which piece he wants to pull out. Is he going to play the king or is he going to play the queen? Playing the king is when he stands on his own power and he realizes that y'all ain't going to force me to apologize and do whatever. Playing the queen hand is where he's going to apologize. Now, I'm quite sure he is smart enough to make sure that anything that comes out of his mouth is within an agreement, within a contractual state where he and Netflix have come to agree with. But don't you find it mighty funny? All these years of comedy, everybody always gets picked on in comedy. I don't care if you black, white, handicapped, whether you are in the alphabet crew, whether you are, whatever, poor, rich, everybody got cracked on. Everybody got made fun of. But the alphabet crew is trying to push now their agenda within the comedy to see if they can just stifle comedians from even mentioning of the whole alphabet crew. This is going to be interesting to see. Dave Chappelle, we are going to wait to see the next move that he does. We've seen people like Snoop Doggy Dogg go back and apologize out of his mouth. Nick Cannon, who ran back and apologized out of his mouth. When you are getting paid by the master, you have to lean to their ever beckoning call. You have to succumb. You're going to have to sacrifice. You are going to have to give up you to satisfy them, because your livelihood is resting upon their foundation. So Dave Chappelle, we know he walked away from the industry. We know he went to the motherland to regroup himself. He walked away from millions of dollars. And he wound up reinventing himself, coming back with a whole total different approach to the comedy, where he does his stand-up and he getting paid millions from Netflix. And basically, he's living the life he wants to live. But is Dave Chappelle going to play chess or checkers? I've told you all when I was in Africa and I saw how most of the Africans play the game, checkers. I found that very amazing that they don't play chess. Not all countries, I'm gonna say majority of the countries I've been to play checkers. But I just could not understand why would grown men play such a elementary game and not play a higher level game like chess. Now, that's not to take away from anybody who love playing checkers, but there's a whole total dimension when it comes to playing chess. Checkers in itself, to me, in my opinion, we were taught as kids. I remember teaching my daughters the game of chess, and they got pretty decent. We stopped playing when they was around about 10 years old or so. But it opened their mindset up. It taught them how to think 5 steps ahead. It taught them how to strategically move across a board, getting into the minds of the man or their opponent. It also taught them how that each piece has its own representative move, that you got to calculate your strategic moves in order to win the game. Africa needs to learn this. Africa needs to understand that when you're playing against the European world, just like Dave Chappelle is playing against the European world, you got to know what pieces to play and when to play them and when not to play them. And I believe it's a calculated move by him, in that he's just sitting back and he's laughing, basically saying he is not worried about being canceled. But I am sitting on the edge, ready to see what next move he's going to do. We're going to see if Dave Chappelle is his own man or is he's another man's man. We're watching, Dave. So hopefully you can show these other jokers out here who are tied to these sports industries, tied to these movie industries, the Hollywoods and whatever, that you can create yourself and become your own man, your own boss. To where when they get pissed off, like YouTube shut me down for 2 weeks, you don't flinch because you still have the power in your hands to grow and create, even make more. This is your man, not your boy, bring you another invisible gold nugget that you could pick it up or you could kick it aside.
Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it.